guys, I am here at WinStar Casino in front of this VGT Diamond Riches. This is a red spin lock zone game. We are going to be doing our 20 for 20 challenge where we're going to be loading this $20 into this VGT machine. See if we can last for 20 minutes and make a profit. All right, we're going to be doing the minimum $2 spins. See if we can trigger some red spins. There's a quiet machine. What we want to have that diamond lock in the middle, or any line hit can trigger some red spins. All right, those scatters. And that diamond does act as a wild when it's lining something up. We got our first red on this $2 bet. Let's see if we can keep going here. $9.50. All right, that paid us $14.50. All right, 2 scatters there. This is a quiet machine. As long as we can keep adding up, that looks like a good pattern. That was 3 scatters. All right, we got our red there. Let's see if we can get some multiples out of this. Couple of spins. Took us up to $12. Now we got a back-to-back red. $4.50. $9.50 if we can keep going. $16.50. $28.50 on that red spin. That took us up to $56. Pretty good machine so far. Got a lot of action going with it. All right, we went red on that. All right, let's keep going. All right, we did one and done for $5. Took us up to $61. All right, we locked our diamond in. We can get multiple reds out of this. We just got one, and that was a total of $11 for that red spin. Alright guys, I'm going to go up to $4 bets. Hopefully it didn't change our patterns. This machine has been active on a lot of spins on $2. Sometimes they say if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Going to $4. That's our first red. Let's see if we can get some multiples. All right, that's $16 there. Let's keep going. All right, we got the purple sevens for $24. That's a $40 spin win on those reds. We have a back-to-back. Wasn't a back-to-back. All right, we got a red there on those scatters. $16 there, that was $22. All right, we're up to $86. Hey, come on, let's go here. gotta get something to hit. $21 on that, took us back up to $83. It's another $22. Guys, I want to go up to $6, but I am not going to be greedy. I'm going to stick on $4 for right now, since we're getting some stuff to line up. That's another red there on that $4 bet. See if we can get some multiples. We are staying low. So that was the eyes. That was $12 on that red bonus spin. We're sitting at $85 now. We are still in the profit zone. All right, come on, let's go here. Let's good. All right, let's get a diamond to lock in the center. Not the scatter, we want the diamond. How are we red there with the buttons? That's an open V. Another open V. Let's see if we can switch into something else. And that was another open B. That was $28 on those spins. It took us back up to 85. All right, come on here. Let's go. Let's get something here. Line it. We're starting to go down. All right, we got to get something to line up to take us back up. All right, we lined up in the center. That was a step ladder. See if we can get some multiples out of this. One and done for $22. That's the second time we've lined the diamond up in the center, and it only gave us one spin. Got another one and done for $10. All right, come on, let's keep going. Give us something here. It's time for something big. $14, we're still going. 32. That was another 22. So that's our biggest win on our red spins for $54. It took us up to $99. All right, come on, let's keep building here. All right, red again. We're even, $4 so far. $8, that's a double up on that spin. Still going. And we're out for $22. All right, come on, let's go. Let's line something big up. All right, let's go. One and done. Money back, even money. All right, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna do some $6 spins. See if we made the right decision here. Line it. All right, guys, we're back. I'm sorry, my GoPro died. I gotta get some better battery life. We're still sitting here in front of the Diamond Riches on our 2 for 20 challenge. We switched over to $6 spins. We still haven't got anything to line up. All right, we just locked in the center here. Let's see if we can get some multiples. That's $30 on that first one, $45 there, so $75 on that bonus there. Took us back up to 103, and we're back in the red. All right, come on, let's keep going. That looks good. Let's keep going here. $45 so far. 75 and still going. It's $150 there. And then I add another 81. That was $230 on that red bonus on those $6 spins. We're up at 319 and we just went red again. All right, come on, let's keep going. That's $24. All right, they took us up $78. And that was $96 on that spin there. That was $174. It took us up to $493 on this $6 bets. And then we locked in the center again. And we were one and done for $42. It took us up over $500. And back in the red. One and done for $9. All right, we got to keep rolling on this. All right, come on, let's go here. All right, we got to get something to line up again and stay red. All right, we just went red. That's an $18 trigger on that red. All right, let's keep going here. One and done. Took us back up over $550. $18 on that. It's another $16.50. All right, come on, we got to get something to line up. $6 is working out pretty good. All right, we just locked in the center. All right, this is low, so if we can stay low. Oh, that was a one and done. Where did that come from? Whenever you start out low like that, you should get multiple spins, but we didn't get it that time. All right, come on, you got to get that back to us. All right, that was $24 there. All right, we just went red here. That's a $9 start trigger on the red. And then we're one and done for $33. All right, we got that to line up for $24. All right, come on, let's get at the trigger here. All right, come on, give us something. All right, we'll one back down to a lot of dead spins. All right, this looks good. This $3 good. All right, that was $24. All right, we're still holding on this $6. All right, come on, let's go here. Let's get this. All right, that's broken. All right, we're gonna go back down to some $4 spins just to see if we can get the reds to start back up. All right, come on, let's go here. This looks good. All right, we're getting stuff to line up, but the red spins seem like they went away. All right, come on, let's go. We're down to $395. All right, that's our first red that we've had in a while. Let's see if it takes us back up over 400. That was $22. It took us up to 411. It was a one and doneer. All right, come on, this one right here. Let's get it. And it went red. Let's keep going. That's $6. It's $14. This spin will take us back up over 400. That's $20 on that spin, so $34 total. And we have a back-to-back. We need something insanely big to land here. Coming close to the end of our challenge. Hi guys, we are still in profit zone. We have about 2 minutes left. So we're gonna do a couple of $6 spins. See if we can get something there. And now let's do some $10 spins. If we can get some reds on $10, this could be nice. But we got to get something to line up. All right, come on, let's go. It wasn't that one. Is it this one? Man, where did those red spins go? This looks good. $5 good. Still can't get it to turn red on these big bets. Maybe we should have stuck with $6. All right, that's our first red on $10 bet. See if we can get some multiple. $45 there. Alright guys, a couple of more spins. And $4. Alright guys, we're going to be cashing out there at $220. We started at $20 on our challenge, on our 2 for 20 challenge, and ran it up to $220. That's a nice little $200 profit. So we're going to be cashing it out here. Alright guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Thank you for watching Broke Gambler, and we are out. On to the next machine and make some money.